Online course platforms. Why should we use them? How can we use them? And the biggest question I get all the time is, how do we pick the right program for our business? This is what I'm going to be talking to you about, sharing examples, giving you personal experiences, and sharing behind the scenes views of some of these platforms on our episode 2 of our technology tips and tutorials. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. You're going to see this. This is one of my most favorite topics to talk about, and I'm going to tell you a little bit why, and we're going to jump right in. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of background on some of the different platforms that are out there. We can kind of break them into different categories, and thinking about them in those categories is also going to help us think about how do we choose which one is the best one for us. And then also, I want you to know, even if you are not planning to offer an online course, if you're not planning on moving your business online and doing online teaching, but if you are in a position where you're working with different clients and students, you are teaching information, whatever, it could be sharing information about dogs or horses or how to play the piano, whatever it is, if you are trying to convey information or resources or knowledge to somebody else, face-to-face or online, there is still a place for this type of technology in your business. So if you are moving online, if you do have some online courses or you're wanting to move online, this is definitely relevant for you. But also, if you are doing like a brick and mortar business, in-person training, I want you to kind of open up the possibilities of what this kind of technology can do to support you and your clients. So I'm going to be giving you examples of things. Like I said, you do not have to do like selling an online course in order to add value to your programs, to support your students and your clients by using these types of technologies. So, hey, Becky, hey, Kim, thanks for joining us. As you're hopping on, if you currently use a platform, if you're doing anything online for like online courses and sharing things, if you have a platform, there's many, many ones out there. I'm just going to share a couple that I have hands-on experience with. I've done research behind them. But if you have others you want to share and let us know what you like about them, what you don't, please feel free to comment below. Also, if you want the notes from tonight, just indicate, just write down notes, say notes, and I am going to have the video replay and I'm going to have it transcribed and some written notes for you. It might take a few days, but just let me know. Do you want the notes? Just indicate notes. Okay. So, hey, Giselle, good to see you today. All right. So before we hop in, I do want to give a little bit of background about myself, a little bit of my bio for those of you who might not know me. A lot of you know me in the dog world, in the Northeast Canine Conditioning, canine fitness. But in my other life, I spent many, many, many years researching and engaging and teaching about online learning, online teaching and learning, doing research in online courses. And this was way before it started, way before I built up my online business. And I have a PhD in education with emphasis in online teaching and learning. I've been doing this for nearly 30 years. I have publications. I have co-authored publications in Harvard Ed Review, top tier end research journals. I've presented all over at international conferences. So why am I saying this? I'm just saying this to let you know I'm not just like a canine fitness trainer who just happened to be successful online teaching you this. This is stuff, like I said, I've studied this for years. I've done research. I have trained and taught many, many, many people, hundreds and hundreds of people, and taught into the thousands of people how to do this. And then what I did was I ended up moving all of this online and actually was able to walk away from the university job as an associate professor to really put my energies in my own online canine business, canine fitness. So what I'm going to be sharing with you today, like I said, is from my own personal experiences, but also years of working with others, teaching this, doing research, like I said, nearly 30 years. So I did feel like giving a little bit of background there is going to be helpful, so you kind of know the perspective that I'm coming from. So awesome. Thank you guys. Yes, please share if there's some tools and programs that you really like, because there are many out there, and definitely the ones I'm going to go over today are not the only ones, and there are many good ones out there. So before we dive into some examples, let me just talk about some of these categories. So when you're deciding when you're deciding what kind of platform to use, you need to think about your short-term and your long-term goals and the purpose for using it. So one of the categories is software programs that are dedicated just for the online course. Like that is their sole main focus, is giving you a place to develop and create your online course, sell your course, and engage with students. That's what it's created for. It's very kind of single focus, but it has some tools to help. So thanks. Yes, let me know if you guys want the notes and I will get those out to you. The next one is an all-in-one online course platform. So when you think about like an all-in-one courses, this is where you think about it more like an online business. You're going to have online content, online courses, maybe online membership sites. You're going to market online. You're going to sell online. You're going to sell it. You need your payment plans online. You need to go find your clients online. You have nice, pretty sales pages. So you have an email system in place. You have email automation to send out automated welcome messages. So an all-in-one platform, even some of these they have where you can do the web conferencing, the video conferencing, things like Zoom, they're embedded in the platforms. So these are wonderful, wonderful online course management systems, but they have a lot of other features in there that's going to support you as a business owner. So if you're looking at doing just a brick and mortar business, face-to-face teaching, and just having an occasional online course just to kind of house your content, a dedicated kind of single purpose software is fine. But if you're looking at like really expanding online, having multiple programs, like, video libraries, online resources, membership sites, course sites, marketing, selling it online, it would be, I would say definitely consider looking at an all-in-one, because what's going to happen is you're going to have to purchase a software program. You're going to have to purchase a website. You're going to have to purchase all these other tools. Whereas if you do an all-in-one, it's all incorporated in that platform. Now, it will cost more than just that dedicated single purpose website, for hosting courses. So that's why I said, think about your short-term and long-term goals. If your long-term goals, if that's what you're aiming for long-term, if you can invest in that kind of software now, I would say do it. But there's nothing wrong with, if you're just starting up, to start, at the lower entry level, and as you build and grow, but just know that you'll have to transfer stuff over if you want to change. It's totally doable. I've done it many times. So, hey, Angie, hey, Darlene, great to see you. So anybody here, like I said, if you have an all-in-one program, if you're familiar with some of these, you use them, let us know which ones. The next one is, let me add something here, since I do come from also the higher education background. The programs I'm going to be talking about today are programs you see more in the business world. There are separate platforms you see in like higher education, like Moodle and Blackboard. There's an eCollege. I don't know if they're still out there. That's what I used at Rutgers University. It's a little bit different. There's some really good platforms you see in the universities and in like K through 12 and universities. The difference is when you invest in a program, kind of like the ones I'm talking about tonight, they are made more for the business owner. So they have features in there for marketing and selling and making money off of the platform. So whenever you're at the university, if you have any of you used like Blackboard, and if you've done any university online courses, a lot of those platforms, they were specifically designed for education, K through 12 or higher education. So you can use them, but they don't have the kind of features you would want necessarily as a business owner, right? So yeah, Angie said, by the time you pay for the website host, additional apps, the website, online teaching, yeah, all of this, it adds up. Because don't look at just the price. You want to look at the features that you need and want, and don't just look at what you're using today. Think about the direction you're heading, and will that program have what you want? So excellent point. The next one is WordPress plugin. Who here has a WordPress website? If you have a WordPress website, I know we've got people here right now who have websites in WordPress. If you use a WordPress for your website, and especially if you know how to manage and do the behind the scenes admin in WordPress, I would encourage you to look at the WordPress plugins, because they have a lot of different plugins for membership sites and course sites. I would say that if you're just starting out, if you're not super strong in technology, doing WordPress site with the WordPress plugin is going to require some more technical skills on your part. So, so it's up to you. But if you already have WordPress, you can integrate these types of platforms right into your website if you look at WordPress plugins. So, yep, Kim has WordPress. Yeah, I know a number of you have. I've talked to you already about this. So that is another thing. And then also the next one isn't necessarily a particular software, but it might be looking at more like a business approach. I started out with a dedicated course. I started out with Teachable, and then I moved into an all-in-one Kajabi, and then I moved into a done for you where I basically have a whole team of people where I just hand everything over and they build it and they keep it up and they edit it, and if there's technical problems, they handle all that for me. So I didn't start that way, but I built into that. So a done for you is really nice if you're not wanting to spend your time uploading videos and designing the page. You can hire somebody to do it for the other ones, but the done for you platform that I use has a lot of great automation and things in there that it really takes away the admin time for me, and I can focus on teaching. I don't have to focus as much time on all the administrative stuff, which I was doing in Kajabi, in Teachable, in Thinkific. So those are some things to think about. Angela, another WordPress person. Yep. Yeah, look at the plugins. Some are easier than others. Yes, Marilyn, also WordPress. I knew we had a handful of WordPress people. So those are some of the things to think about. This is Thinkific. I actually used Teachable when I very first started out. This is more of, this is just focus on just the course platform. It's not an all-in-one. Over the years, I prefer Thinkific now. It's got a nice, you can put a couple courses up for free, but it's very limited in the tools if you do the free version. But it's one of the few you can get started with free. You can have I think it's up to 3 courses at this time for free. They don't take out as much of a percentage of the sales as some of the other platforms. What I like about Thinkific is it's a nice entry level. It's a lower cost entry level program. They've got some really nice, newer features in there. You can customize it more than you used to. And I like it more than Teachable, at least as of right now, because I feel like aesthetically, it's just a much more pleasing site to look at. It's more modern. And I think over the years, when I first did Teachable many years ago, I really loved that site. But as technology is advancing, at least in this moment in time, I really do like the Thinkific over it. So yes, Joe, I'm going to give you an example. People are asking about the done for you. I'm going to show you the ones that in each category that are some of the most popular, the ones that I recommend. And like I said, these are not the only ones. So Thinkific is one I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how many of you have never seen a Thinkific. You know what? Maybe you have been in a Thinkific course and you didn't know it was. So I take that back. I'll show you what a course, a basic course looks like, so you can compare. I'm going to show you 2 to compare. So that's one thing to look at. Okay, now the next one. Kajabi. So this is, I've mentioned this a few times in some of my other Facebook live shows. Kajabi, the reason why I moved to Kajabi, and again, I left it again, but when I went from Teachable to Kajabi, is I ended up having so many different software programs. I had a website I was paying for. I was having an email program I was paying for. I was having a course management system I was paying for. And then I was using other type of marketing tools. I was purchasing other programs for marketing, pretty sales pages. And so what I liked about Kajabi was that it had all of that together. And what I also really, really liked about Kajabi was it had more templates that you could customize and kind of personalize the templates. So when you are in a Thinkific course, there's not a lot of variation. And you feel it, you know it. I mean, it's the same in Kajabi, but they have more options and more themes. But I liked Kajabi because you could personalize it more, you could customize it more, but it also means that there's more to learn. So it is more technical if you're just starting out, because it is more powerful, it has more features to it, but that's also one of the things I liked about it. So Angie said you started building in Teachable and it used to be better than Thinkific, but now you're going to check it again. Yeah, that used to be one of my favorites. Lately, I researched a lot for my clients. I did a lot of playing around in Thinkific, and that's what I lean towards. If you are, like I said, if you're looking at doing different types of courses like membership sites, libraries, linear courses, step 1, step 2, and you want to do online marketing, online sales, like I said, I highly encourage you to look at a platform like Kajabi. If you just look at the pricing, you'll be like, oh no, I don't want to do it. But really, if you start adding up some of the other technology tools you'll eventually have to purchase, it really isn't, it's very comparable in price once you start adding other things onto, like once you add a website, because you get a website in Kajabi, you have a website and you have your online courses. So other programs, if you want a really nice website, you got to purchase a separate website and then add on your program. They do have some very basic websites in them, I'll show you, but Kajabi does have its more features. It is more customizable. Yes, and they are every one of these they're always updating, but just in the last 6 months, both Thinkific and Kajabi, I've seen some really great upgrades and stuff, and they're doing really good things. So okay, the next one, this is a very popular WordPress plugin. There's many out there, but this is it's LearnDash. I've not personally used it. I don't have a WordPress site, but if any of you use if you're familiar with LearnDash, give comments and let us know what you feel about LearnDash. But that is, yes, keep sharing some of the ones that you have and that you've used. Jennifer said Squarespace website launching was very shortly. Do you know offhand what course teaching platforms work with their algorithms? I'm not sure, Jennifer. Yeah, that's another thing is if you have like if you use MailChimp or Infusionsoft for your mail, or Keep, Constant Contact, these programs will integrate with other software programs. So if you're already using an email program and you're already using other types of programs, you'll want to look to see if you can integrate it into these programs. And some of these programs you have to purchase like a third party. You have to purchase another program to actually integrate them together, to connect them together. And that's more money, right? So if you're using something like a software program for your emails, like MailChimp, and you want to be able to connect your email database to a program like this, before you make your final decision, look to see if you can integrate the two together. And do you have to pay more money for that, or is it a free integration? So usually it's on their website, so you can see. So Nancy, you can do kind of like membership in Thinkific. Most of these features, like different types of payment plans and packaging programs and stuff, you have to upgrade. It's usually definitely not the free version, and it's usually not the lower end version. You usually have to pay to upgrade it. And the thing is you can do it and charge them like a membership site. But as far as how you design the site, you're going to be more restricted in a program like Thinkific for a membership. Because in a membership site, you might have like libraries, you might have content that is not linear, and you may have content that you're connecting from different parts of the site. And like I said, you'll have to pay an upgrade for Thinkific, and it won't be as flexible as a program like Kajabi. Can you do it? Yes, you can. You can do it. You can create a membership program in Thinkific. But like I said, you're going to have a lot more features and a lot more customization for the kinds of programs. In the way you sell them, also, you're going to have more options in something like Kajabi and all-in-one. But that's a good question. So those are some things to look at. Now, okay, here's a done for you. If anybody is interested in this, message me, because I can give you some more information. I can hook you up with somebody on their business team who can actually do a phone call or a Zoom meeting with you and go over all kinds of information about this. But what I currently use, I left Kajabi. Why did I leave Kajabi? I like Kajabi. I still actually use Kajabi for my website, but the reason I left was because I was spending so much time in the administrative side, in the behind the scenes kind of operating the program. And why I moved to Global Experts Accelerator is it's done for you. I basically email them my content, they build it for me. When I want to update stuff, I just say, here's my video, will you go replace it? Will you update this handout? And they do it for me. If I have a student with technical problems, I'll answer a lot of technical problems, but if I don't have time, I can send them to my tech team, which comes with this. The company also has the tech support. They have different levels of support, but I have it done for you. And for me, I liked it because I get support for the site. They build it for me, and I have a whole an IT team. So if there's any kind of technical issues, I just hand it over to them. I don't have to deal with it. I mean, I might have to deal with it in communicating to my students, but it really, it has some great automations. It's just really saved a lot of time, and it also can do automatic stuff and make it more personal for the students. So that is why I moved to the Global Experts Accelerator and their platform. Like I said, if you want to know more, message me and about this particular one. I know the owners and the designers of the program very well, and I'd be happy to connect you so you can get more information about the program. So those are some of the examples. So let me give you, I'm going to talk about 10 uses. So remember, I told you that you don't have to be doing 100% like online teaching to benefit from these programs. So who here, let me know if you're interested, if you definitely want to do like an online course, online membership, and also if you already have one. Because I know we have people here definitely interested in the online, but if you are looking, you're like, Erica, I don't want an online business. Maybe I'll do an online course, but listen, 80% of my business is face-to-face, perfectly fine. I'm going to show you 10 uses. Some of these will apply to you. Some of them you might not be interested in. So I'm going to go over 10 different uses, and then I'm going to actually go in, I'm going to show you a Thinkific course, and I'm going to show you a Kajabi, a basic course. I'm going to talk a little bit about the two. I'm going to compare it. So, a question here is looking at Kajabi has your website. How does that work? Yes, Kajabi, you get a website. You can create your website, and then they also have where you can create your courses, and it's all integrated together. It's all integrated together. Yep. So let me go over the uses. So number one is an onboarding process. So that's kind of like a business term, an online type business term. If you have new clients and you have to convey, like, you're the first day of class, or here's the rules, here's the policies, here's the tools, here's what you need to do to prepare for your first day. Here's the parking situation. Here's what to do, when you come into the building. So all that kind of information that everybody kind of needs to know when they first join your programs. And it could be a face-to-face program, not a problem. Also, onboarding could be when you get new staff, new people who work for you. So you might have you hire new staff, and you have your rules and your policies and procedures. You have documents and handouts, forms that you need to share with them. So you can have an online course platform, and you don't necessarily have to sell an online course. You can use it as a place, as a private, secure place where they use a login, and you can have tutorials in there. You can have handouts. You can have your digital workbooks, and you can use it as a place to store and to share that information. So think about it if you're bringing on, and if anybody's using it in this way, let me know. But like I said, you can do it for your staff, for trainers, people who work for you, or you can do it for your clients, right? So let me give you another example. A flipped classroom. If you're in my mastermind program, you've heard of this a while back. I talked about it. A flipped classroom. So a flipped, hey Nancy, we talked about all kinds of stuff here. So with a flipped classroom, this originally came from kind of academia, education. A flipped classroom is normally what happens is you meet your students face to face, and then you give them homework they do at home. A flipped classroom is you kind of do the at-home stuff first in preparation for the face-to-face. So what happens is when they do the online stuff and watch the lesson and do the lessons before they come to meet with you face-to-face, they are further along. So that way you actually hit the ground running and you cover more information. You can do more when you meet them face-to-face if they actually preview stuff before they come to you. So think of it about you teach your students, send them home for homework. It's flipped. You say, go watch this at home, then come and meet with me after you've done this. And then now you take all that information they learned and you move forward. And I know a couple people in my mastermind program where we've created programs. I've helped them create programs like this. And they're like, wow, you know, my face-to-face clients, they came to me and they actually watched all those videos and wow, they knew all this information on the first day of class. So it can be really, really beneficial. So a couple saying, yeah, onboarding. Some people never thought about that. So it's a creative way to do it. Number 3 is a resource library. So again, you don't have to sell an online program. How many of you with your face-to-face clients have resources, handouts, recommended readings, videos, to-do lists, checklists, you might have homework. Maybe you have your face-to-face clients and you say, here's your homework for next week. And you hand them some handouts, or you have a notebook, workbook you give them. So what you can do in the resource libraries, you can have an online class, definitely, and have your library there, or you can have your face-to-face clients and you have an online password protected area of your online course where, you might have your puppy class and there's all your handouts for your puppy class. And for your staff and your workers, there's an online section where they go in and there's the stuff dedicated just for them. You can have PDFs, you can do handouts, you can put links to websites and use it as kind of like a resource library, right? So the next one it's very similar, but it's a video library. So you can do a resource library. It doesn't have to be video based. But you can definitely kind of dedicate a whole section to have your own video library. And depending on the platform, a lot of the platforms you can either upload your video directly to it, or you can link a video, like have your video uploaded in Vimeo or YouTube, and then they embed it in there. Those are some things to look into. And what I always do is most of these programs have some kind of free trial. So what I always do is I never just out and out purchase something. I always do a free trial first. I go in and I kind of see how all of this works. I try to upload a video. How long does it take to upload it? Is it slow? Does it drag? Does my internet speed work with it? And I like to test that kind of stuff out. But that is something, if you're going to work with a lot of video, you want to see how do you upload the video? Do you link the video? And also test out your internet speed and see how long it takes to process the video. So the faster the video speed, the faster the internet speed, the better. It's definitely worth it to pay for the upgrade if you can for the internet to get faster internet speed, especially when you're doing videos. Vimeo, somebody was asking about Vimeo. A lot of times Vimeo, they're limited on the free version and then you have to pay for it. But Vimeo has more privacy controls in it and more ways how you can kind of use it. Not necessarily the free version, but when you pay for it. So some people like Vimeo because of the added security. But you're limited in the free version, like most of these things. So video library. The next one is, this is a really cool one. Live video replays. So what if you do a Facebook live show, or what if you do an online webinar? It could be a free webinar or a paid webinar. I did this one time where I did, it was an online webinar for $67. And I wanted to have the webinar available to them. Now, of course, you can post it to YouTube. YouTube is not super secure and people can share it. And also when it's on YouTube, it's just not as professional. It's not as branded as having your own online academy, right? Having your own online course and platform. So what you can do is even if it's free or if you're, they're paying for it, is you can do your Facebook Live, or you can do your webinar, your Zoom show, and then your Q&A. Maybe you do I know a lot of you have face-to-face clients, and then you might do a group, like a Facebook Live, a Q&A. So what you can do is you can take that video and then put that video kind of almost by itself, just make it like a mini course and put that as a course in these platforms. And that's what I did was I took my webinar, it was like a 2-hour webinar, and I just uploaded the whole webinar. I put it into an online course management program, and they paid for the live webinar, but if they couldn't come to it, they could go log into the site and then they have access to the training. So that is another thing that you could do. Another thing that you could do, I think I might have dedicated a number to this. I can't remember let me see if I did it. Online courses, definitely doing an online course, selling an online course is an obvious. Course companion. A course companion would be where you have your face-to-face course, and then you use it as like a resource library, a hub, your handouts, your worksheets. So that's a really nice way to ease into the online learning, is to do your face-to-face in-person training, but then start building up your resource library, start building up a place for your handouts. And so the online course platform serves as like a companion site. It's like a hub. It's a private, members only, but it's supporting the face-to-face training. Okay, so that's another way to do it. And like I said, it's a wonderful way to ease into it, online learning, by doing it that way. So the course companion. A members only site. So that's kind of like if you're doing a membership site, and if you want to share stuff, it makes it secure, private, it's more professional with the branding. So those are some things to think about. The next one is online events. So I actually, there was a working dog conference that they canceled the face-to-face due to COVID. There's been a couple conferences that have done this. And what they did was they had the presenters record stuff and they uploaded it into a platform, and you paid your money and then you had access to the conference. And some of them were using online course platforms. And that's how they were hosting their online events and their online conferences. So instead of having like, a course they sold, is you basically log into their academy, what would be your online academy, and then the different speakers would be like the different courses. And they used it for their online conference and their online events. So I've seen that happen a couple times. The other one, I actually did not do a bullet point. I thought I had it. So when you do an online course, or like if you want to upload your webinar training or a Q&A, or here's another one. Let's say that who here have you ever had like a Facebook Live where you've had a guest speaker? I was just on a guest speaker with Nancy this past week, talking about canine fitness. So you could have somebody come in and do like a free Facebook Live and have a guest speaker. Well, what you can do here is you can upload that as like a course, like a free mini course, and you use it as an opt-in. You use it as a lead magnet, as a way to generate potential clients. So you advertise it as like a free training, a free course, some free content. You post it, and then they have to join it and give you their name, give you their email address. And so you're using it as like an opt-in to start collecting contact information of people who are interested in things that you have to offer. So you can do it to entice people to come to your website, entice people to download, content you want to share. But in order to do that, they have to give you their email address. So now you have somebody later on, if you have something to sell, you know that they're interested in that topic because they just opted in for the free training you gave them or the free guest speaker. And then that way you have an audience you can market to later. So that is another thing I've seen people. I actually just signed up for this. I was looking at, it was a lawyer who has templates and stuff for business owners, and he had a free online course. And I signed up for it. I haven't logged in yet, but he got my email address, and it was on his website, and it was a free course. And you just opted in, and he now has my contact information. I'm getting emails from him, which is fine because I'm interested in his products. And I just did that 2 days ago. So that's another thing you can do it for him. Then the other one is you can really expand and go full blown into your online business, right? So you can do your membership, your marketing, your selling, and really go all out. So those are, and then the online academy, that online course platform is just a piece. It's one part of your bigger online business. So if you can think of any other ways to use the platforms, let me know, post, comment. If you want the notes from today, let me know notes. But these are 10 ways that kind of were the first immediate ways that jumped into mind. And I've used a number of these. So, all right, now, do you want to see what some examples? I'm going to give you kind of a picture, because I told you I like Thinkific over Teachable because of the aesthetics. I do like some of the things they offer, but also just when I look at the site, to me, it's more appealing. And so to me, it's really helpful to log into the programs as a student and log in as a creator, a course creator, and just get the feel for it. Because sometimes the minute I log into a site, I know I don't like it. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. And then other times I log in, I was like, wow, this is a really nice site. So let me show you a little bit of Thinkific. So what I'm going to show you is, this was a client. It was somebody who took my Elite Canine Athlete program, and she got certified in canine fitness. And then she was also in my business mastermind program to get help in the business. And I helped her. Basically, it's a basic course. I wanted to show you a nice, easy way to get started. It's an online course with canine fitness. It has some PowerPoint slides and some video, and that's it. And it's just a nice, easy to create program to show you what it looks like in Thinkific. So here you see the platform. This is a slide. What you see right here was created in PowerPoint. I actually uploaded. You can upload PowerPoint, but I actually uploaded it as a PDF. So we created a PowerPoint together, and then we saved it as a PDF. You can upload it as a PowerPoint, but I liked visually how it looked, how the slide looked as a PDF. So what I did was we created the PowerPoint, and then we exported it as a PDF, and then I just uploaded a page on the PDF so we can click through it. So that's what you see here is the title page for the Total Fit dog. And if you look over on the left, these are kind of like the chapters or the modules. So we have the welcome, the foundation, stretching, advanced fitness, and graduation. And then I don't know if you can see, it's real tiny, but it says like 3 out of 3, 0 out of 14. So the 3, it's how many like lessons are in that module. So the welcome has 3 slides, 3 sections. The foundation behaviors, there's 14 like slides, like little mini lessons. Stretching has 7. Advanced fitness has 9, and then there's a graduation. We put a graduation in there. Oh, I just learned this. Thinkific has where you can make certificates. So you have to upgrade for it. You can't do it for the free version. But when your students graduate, they have little templates. You can make a certificate. So when they get to the end, they get a certificate. That's pretty cool. So that's the left navigation. And this is pretty much, no matter, you can sometimes change the font. When you upgrade, you can change you can change the colors and things like that, but pretty much the structure of it, this is the structure when you build it. And like I said, in Kajabi, you've got more flexibility in the structure and how you create. There's more course templates. But Thinkific, it's linear, and this is pretty much what it looks like. Down here at the bottom, you can see it has, mark complete and click to continue. So you can click to continue, and then if you look here on the left, the navigation, it opens up, and then now you can see it collapses, and then it opens, and now you see the individual lessons. So you can go and then click. We have like Meet Bonita, getting started, and then if I click to continue, this is just a slide. It was a PowerPoint slide. I uploaded as a PDF for a nice visual picture, nice and big on the screen. And then the next one, this is another slide we created, example warm-up exercises. And then we did a little bit of teaching, a little bit of explanation. You can do a voiceover, some narration, and then we uploaded videos of dogs doing, here's some foundational behaviors. Look on the left, you can see now here's foundational behaviors, cavaletti, down, stand, tuck, sit. So you can see all her exercises. She has some description, and then now we can upload the video into the site, okay? So on that page, as you see, that main page where the content is, you can put a video there, you can upload a PowerPoint, you can do PDF, You can just write words. You can just make it written. You can put a hyperlink in there. So it has some flexibility as far as what you put on that page. But you see how the structure of it, the structure is very linear. You just kind of click step by step. You can jump around, but you see there's a little arrow at the bottom. You click it and it advances to the next slide. You can change the colors, change the font, but all the courses are going to look the same. This is essentially, when you see this kind of format, you know it's Thinkific. Yes, Marty, a good question. Does it have contact and track students? Yes, I'll show you a little bit. We should have time. I'll kind of log in the admin side and I'll show you a little bit. But yes, you can track your students' progress. You can see where they are. You can have a list of all your students. Definitely. And you can reach out to them and contact them. You can send out messages. You can do like notifications, announcements. You can set announcements so the students in the program will get certain reminders and announcements, and you can do that in there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Marilyn said you recently purchased videos from an online summit, several speakers over the week's time. The summit was accessed through Thinkific platform. Yep, I was seeing more and more people were doing that. So this is, like I said, just an example. You can put handouts in there. Like I said, you can see where we had PowerPoint, we had the PDF slides, and then we also had some video we uploaded, right? So that is Thinkific. All right, that is, that is not an all-in-one. It's pretty much dedicated. You do get a basic web page. It's not just the course, but it's not very, you can't customize it a whole bunch, but you do get like a basic web page. They do give you like a sales page, but you don't have a lot of customization in it. You're going to have a lot more templates and more flexibility and more to choose from in everything's all included like Kajabi. So, but that is, Thinkific is pretty much dedicated just like to the course. Now, what I'm going to show you next is an actual Kajabi course I created. I'm actually getting ready to launch it. And if you're actually interested in purchasing it, let me know. I haven't actually put it on my website yet, but I've been working on it and it's just about ready to go. But I'm going to show you in Kajabi, they have templates. They have different kind of course templates to choose from, like a library or a linear course. And what I chose in Kajabi, it was called like a mini course. So they already had like a basic templated mini course already, and they had a template already created, and I just went in and I filled in the template. And they have different templates, so all the courses in Kajabi do not look like what I'm going to show you, because it has different features and options, which I love about how the course looks. So this is I'm already logged in, and it's online, a mini course. So it's one of their basic templates. It's generate income, a step-by-step process for reaching more people and making more money online. And after you log in, you can see here, what you see is these are video lessons. So you have lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4. Let me see if I can just make it a little bit bigger. So what you have here is you have a welcome, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and mine are videos, okay? Every lesson does not have to be a video, but mine are videos. And then what I did was, just to kind of just visually make it look more consistent, is I did a thumbnail. So the first video is me. You can see me, my face. It's a welcome video. And then what I did was all the other videos, it's with some PowerPoint slides, some lecturing and me. But what I did was I just created a little thumbnail, and then I put a big, make it really easy for them to see. This is, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and then what's next. And then you probably can't read it, but what you'll see here is I have a title. I have welcome. So excited to have you with us. To get started, please watch this short welcome video. Lesson 1, why now is the time to go online. Lesson 2, how to power up your online presence. Lesson 3, how to create compelling online content. And number 4 is what's next. So this is an example of Kajabi, a basic course. Now, when you click in here, this is what you see is you have, when you click on the lesson, if you use a video, the video will pop up if you just have like a thumbnail or something that's frozen, an image, but I actually uploaded the video. So when they click on the lesson, the video pops up, and I'm going to show you what's underneath the video, but you can put some text there, put a little welcome. You can give a little overview or a preview of what's in there. And let me just show you on the bottom right-hand side, it's like meet your instructor. So it has my little bio right there. So that's when you log into like a lesson. Let me show you another one. So this is lesson number 1. Why now is the time to go online. And then basically what you have here is underneath the video, I give them a little overview, and I said underneath I put the objectives. So I'll say, because here's the thing, just because they're in your course doesn't mean they're going to watch your videos, right? So don't just throw a video in there and assume they're going to see it, that they're going to watch it. So what you want to do is you want to put something enticing on there. You want to put a title. You want to put, hey, this is what you're going to learn in this video. And so what I actually have is, in this lesson, you're going to discover how adding online services and products and programs to your canine business can increase your profits. So I have some bulleted points, and you can put photos there. You can put more video underneath. You can put links to things, but I chose to do, here's what you're going to learn in the lesson, because I want them to watch the lesson. I don't want them to just go and get busy and never come back. So I like to let them know what preview, what's coming up, and do something enticing to make them want to click on it so they keep watching. So so that's an example, again, in Kajabi. Now look on the right-hand side. Again, they have different templates that look different. Let me change the view so you can see here. On the right-hand side, underneath the list of videos, is where I have a handout. So different templates in Kajabi, they have handouts. They'll appear in different places on the site. In this basic template, that's where the handout, I can upload handouts, and it has a little icon, a little PDF icon, and they can click on it and download the handout. So, so that's there. So yeah, Kim says, great point, adding content to the video. Yep, you need, online course completion rates in general are very, very low. You need to do everything you can to get them in the program, and you need to do everything you can to get them to complete the program. So you might think the hardest part is just getting them in the door, but then, you want them to finish it, because if you have other things to offer, if they never finish it, they're probably not, some people will. A lot of people aren't going to go and purchase more from you if they haven't finished this yet. They'll be like, yeah, I'm interested, but I need to finish the other course first, right? So you want them to graduate. You want them to feel that sense of completion so they're ready for the next thing. So that's important. So again, every Kajabi course doesn't look like this. They have different templates for you to choose from, and this is just one of their basic mini course templates. So here is a lesson number 3. So here is where you can see that's actually a PowerPoint. It's a video lecture, a screencast lecture, and that's the part of the PowerPoint as I was teaching and narrating, and that's an example for lesson 3. And then here, this is underneath the video, and let me make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. So this is where I have lesson 3, how to create compelling online content. I tell them this is what you're going to learn. And then underneath is I have the lesson steps. So you want, one of the easiest ways to lose your online clients or to lose people to not watch it is to not be clear in the steps and the navigation. You want it to be super, super clear what people are supposed to do and the steps to do it in. So what I have here is lesson 3 steps. Number 1, download lesson 3 worksheet, save it on your computer. Number 2, watch lesson 3 video, complete the worksheet. Number 3, share your thoughts and questions and insights in our Facebook group. And I actually have a hyperlink to the Facebook group. And then I'm offering a webinar, or you could have a Q&A session. So then number 4 says sign up for our webinar. And so I have a hyperlink, and they can click on it, and it takes them to where they can sign up for like a webinar or a Q&A. So those are some different things that you can do. And like I said, I put text here. I have a video on top and I put text on the bottom, but you can edit the bottom and you can change different things on the bottom. You can put hyperlinks. You can put a photo down there. You can even put a link to video underneath. You can have another video, extra bonus videos. So it does give you some flexibility. Now let me show you a little bit of behind the scenes when you're creating it. So this is the admin side of it. So what you see here on the admin side is it has the course outline. So these are your lessons, and I can add more lessons. And then when I click on them, they will expand, and then I can add my content. So this is a nice kind of like an overview of what the lesson and the organization of the lesson. Again, you want to be very, very clear in the steps and the process. And ideally, you want the lessons to kind of flow into each other, because it's really important in helping your learner follow along that process. So let me show you now, once you actually log in, you click on, here's lesson 1. So now this has a preview. I can preview it and see what it looks like as a student. This is where I actually uploaded my video. And you even see here where I can choose, my face is kind of blocking it, but you can choose also here to choose like your thumbnail. You can have part of the screen and it says, you know, use this for your thumbnail for the view on there. So this is where you can start uploading your content. You can make it a draft. So while you're building it, they can't see it yet. So you can keep the lessons, you can open up one lesson and then keep one lesson in a draft mode until you're ready to share it. So that's one of the things you can do. And then underneath this, let me show you the part where I added my content. So underneath this, you can see a toolbar. It's kind of like a Microsoft Word toolbar. I can do different font. I can do color. I can put a photo in here. I can do a hyperlink. I can do bullet points. So this is where I have, you know, in this lesson you will, and this is where I create whatever I want to put underneath the video. And then underneath that, and again, over here to the right, you can. I'll give you a little tip here. Some of these online platforms let you have discussion forums. I've worked with national organizations. I've been on committees. I've consulted people with developing websites. I've worked for a number of years with businesses trying to get their clients to do all of their online communications in their online course platform. And I tell you what, I've not seen, unless they're already on that platform, it's really hard to get everybody moved in with a new login, a new platform, and to get all your conversations and build your community into a platform like this. You can do it, but I find that if you already have a large community in Facebook, if they're already on another social media platform, I've seen people have way more success in using that for communication if you have a lot of people there than trying to force everybody to go into the discussion forum in a platform like this. So in Kajabi and in my platform I use right now, it has a discussion forum feature. I turn it off. And I use Facebook because 98% of my clients, they're all in Facebook. And some people who hate Facebook, they will join it just for my course, for the community aspect. So I just want to kind of warn you, I've had years of experience helping people where they're wanting to get everybody to move off that social media and have all that online community in the platform. Not to say you can't do it, but I've seen and I've experienced that you can normally do it much better and faster if they are already in an online space like Facebook. If they're not and they're all over the place, then yeah, they have discussion forums and stuff here. Yes, you can drip content. Megan was asking, can you drip content? And I believe the upgraded version of Thinkific, you can drip content. I don't know if you have to pay, and it may be like another upsell. I don't know if you can drip it for the entry level, but they both can do it. It's becoming pretty common. Almost all of these programs will now drip. Drip, if you guys don't know, drip means is where you release the content on like a scheduled basis. You don't open everything at once. Like you release it like every Monday or every 7 days. When they join the program, every 7 days, the next content is released. That's what dripping is you release it bit by bit, and you can control it by date, depending on the software program. Double check. Some of them you can control it by date, and you can say release it on Saturday the 12th. And some programs you can release it based on when that person joins. So everybody can be at a different space. So I could say when they log into the program, I want it to be dripped every 7 days. or you can actually put a date. But it's going to vary by program. So if you're interested in dripping, Megan, look to see what restrictions they have, because I've had clients who wanted to drip in a very specific way, and the program did not give them the flexibility they wanted for releasing content. So most of these programs do allow it. Usually you have to upgrade, but before you dive into it, if that's really important to you, make sure you see what controls you have and being able to drip it out. But yes, they can do it. So those are some things to think about. Oh, at the bottom of this, it says automation. This is something that Thinkific doesn't have. This is where you get the all-in-one. So in Kajabi, you can actually, like, when they log into your course, you can do automation where they automatically get an email, and they get a certain email. If they respond or click on something, you can send out like a series, like an email funnel to them, and you can categorize and group your audience by different tags and tag them in categories. And then you can send out automated messages to them. And you can do a lot more of this type of email, sending out emails. You can email students in the other programs usually, but they usually don't have the kind of automation that you get in an all-in-one platform. So Marty says, why drip or not drip? So some of the reasons why you might drip is you want all the students to go through the content together. So like, for example, you might say, okay, everybody does module 1 together, and on Saturday, we're going to do a Q&A. And then the Q&A is just for module 1. And then you open up module 2, everybody does module 2, and then you get them together. So dripping is if you want them to go through it together. That's one reason. Another reason to drip is you don't want the individual student to jump ahead. So I know some people, let's say somebody's teaching stuff with advanced level training or how to use an e-collar. Like, you don't want somebody who's a beginner in the course to all of a sudden skip ahead to module 15 and get all excited about module 15 and start doing things with their dog that they have no idea what they're doing because they skipped lessons 2 through 14. So some of the reasons why you want to drip it might be because of that. Also, I've dripped it where I've been creating the program as people are in it, and I tweak the program and design it to meet their needs. So I may be still refining content, and I'm refining my lessons, and I'm not ready to release it yet. So sometimes I'll let them see some of the lessons, but I don't want them to see an upcoming lesson because maybe I'm trying to finish it. I'm changing a video. I need to get information from them before I can finalize it. So I want to kind of control when they move and progress to the next module. So Kim said you drip your content because you don't want students to jump ahead and they could get in trouble. Now, I will tell you this, some people really get pissed off, and some people do not like when they're ready to move ahead, especially adult learners. So if you're going to drip, have a good, I would just say have a good reason to do it. Because there definitely are people, there's, the real kind of go-getters, and they go through it in order. They're very committed and they want to go to the next one. They don't want to wait. I've had some people when I dripped it, I give them a week to do the content, and those eager beavers, they have it done in the first night, and then they're just kind of sitting there all week waiting for the next content. So do be aware that there are pros and cons to dripping and withholding content. So, and usually there are some people, it's good that you do that. Usually there's some people that they get annoyed, and they can get quite annoyed when you're holding them back. So just be aware of that. Have a good reason to hold them back if you're going to do it. But there are reasons to win. I have done it before. I usually don't, but I have done it, and I had a good reason to do it. But there are some times when it would be helpful. Marilyn says, did you say you could add another video in the lesson content? You can. It might not be. I'll have to double check if you can embed it. I know you can link it. If you can do the HTML, you might even be able to embed it. But if it doesn't allow an embed code, then yes, you can actually embed the video, and you can definitely link the video in the content underneath. Yes. So yeah, great question about the dripping. So so that's kind of a behind the scenes. So do you want, let's see, do you want to look at a little bit of the behind the scenes of Thinkific? I've got a little bit of time. I don't want to go too much over. I want to try to keep this to an hour. Let me change screens here. I'm going to switch over. So this is Kajabi that you see. Let me switch over, and I'm gonna, this is Thinkific. Okay. So I'm just going to give you some tips on what I do when I first learn a program. Number one is to see if there's video tutorials, which I'm sure there are, and invest some time in the video tutorials. The other thing that I do whenever I'm learning an online program is I will go in here and the first thing I do is I just study the navigation. And I just click around. So if you look over here on the left, it's management learning content. When you click on that, it has courses, categories, instructors, video library, and underneath it, it says design your site. So I can click through here. Somebody was asking about the students. It says support your students. So it says users, groups, progress, you have to upgrade. I have the free version, you guys. This is the free version. I don't teach in Thinkific. I just created this so I can work with my students who purchase that. But this is the free version. So a lot of this, because it has like discussion forums, certificates, on a community, you can have your user groups, you can do quizzes, surveys, but most of these you are not included in the free version, okay? So just be aware of that. Most of them you do have to pay. So also if you look over here, if I click on design your site, they do give you a website, but like I said, it's like it's a very basic site. And the site builder is what you do to create your website. So you'll see here, I just was kind of replicating my Northeast Canine Conditioning. So this is kind of the beginnings of a basic website. And if I scroll down, I have like, I just was throwing some stuff to show you in here. You know, I have like canine fitness, business support, coaching, courses. And then over here on the left, it has your home page. So it has a header. And so you can change your logo and you can change the colors. This is the free version. So I was able to upload a logo in the free version. I could change the color. I have like this dark mahogany, this kind of darkish red. I can also, the style in the free version, you have very limited options for your font and sizes, but it gives you a little bit of option for changing the font or changing the size and the bold. So you have a few little features there, but not a lot. When you pay and upgrade, you get more features. And then here it has a button where you have I don't have it, but you can put like a button in there and they click on it and it takes you to your courses. And then underneath that, it has what's called blocks. And Kajabi does the same thing. Kajabi works on blocks. So the top part of the site is like a block. It's your header, it's your information in the top. The middle section is a block of content. And so for that, I had little icons and little paragraphs. And then underneath that is another block of content. And that is where I actually put where you can click to the courses. So they've done this recently, about I don't know, a year and a half ago. They didn't have as much, they didn't have as many options to design this for your page. But what you can do is when you go in here, you can actually create your site and you can choose different types of blocks and the sections that go on your page. And when you customize it, some of the options they had were like, do you want to put a block with text? Do you want to put text and icons? Mine was little icons, like a little paw print. And they actually had a paw print in there. They provided it. Also, you could do things like a video, a Q&A. They actually had like a question answer where you can do like an info section. You can embed a photo underneath. So whenever you're creating it, you'll click on it for adding a block, adding a section, and then it has some choices on what kind of section you want to add. So they are actually, over the years, they've been giving you more and more features, but it's still not the same amount of features and customization as just a basic website you purchase for a website only, or for Kajabi. Kajabi, you can create a website. It has a lot of these features, but it has more features, more we can control where you put it on the page. So I was kind of impressed that they've actually, in Thinkific, they've done some they've actually done some nice upgrades here, where you can do more customization. You used to not be able to do these types of customizations. It was very, very basic. I even added a page here in About Us. So you can even add to the navigation, and you can add links. So I have online courses. I created a section called online courses. I created About Us. So if you're just looking for a basic website, you can use this for a basic website and also host your courses. It's not going to be a super fancy website, but you can do a website here. Megan said, can you meld Thinkific like a landing page with a freebie that's actually on the same page as registration for your courses? I'm not sure about, can you meld Thinkific like a, they do have like a basic, like a landing page. They do have like a basic sales page and like an opt-in page. So you can work it. It's very, it's basic. You don't have nice, all these fancy templates like Kajabi has, but you can do it like an opt-in. So you don't have to do the website. You could just, it does have like a button that you could put on your website. You can have like an opt-in. So you can have your regular website. You don't have to use their website. You can have your regular website and then just link it and then send them to the online academy. So so yeah, it is flexible for that. So you don't have to use the website, but if you need a website, like I said, it's a basic website and it does have that feature, which is nice. So let me go. So that is what's called the Design Your Site. That is called the Site Builder, and that's the website. And then the other section is Manage Learning Content, and that is where your courses are. And I think you get 3 courses for the free version. So when you click on courses, and when you go into new course, they have some templates for you. So when I click on new course, it has here, let me just make this, it's not gonna, I'll read it to you if you can't see it. So it has a blank course, pre-sell. So this is a landing page, Megan. The pre-sell is like an opt-in landing page. A mini course, which is one that I played around with, a mini course. A flagship course is just like a bigger mini course. It's just more sections. It has webinar replay and membership resources. So they're actually starting to expand a little bit and add a little bit more templates for that. Again, Kajabi has more, but it is nice that they're starting to add, just in the last year or so, they're starting to add more options. So I'm going to do a mini course, and I could just say, this is my test course, and create the course. So when you create it, remember I told you Kajabi had like a template. So this one's a little bit more clunky. It's not as, I find that the Kajabi one is more intuitive. This one is, it's not quite as streamlined. And it's just, I just find it a little bit more clunky, but it's not hard to figure out. But what's nice here is they actually have a template in here, and they actually give you directions, and they have links to videos and tutorials, and they actually give you like some sample directions on how to create your course. So if you look here on the left, it actually has some lessons. It has welcome to the course, a message from your instructor, how to use the course. And then it has like little lessons. They're empty, there's no content in there, but you can click on the template, and then in the template, you can select a file, you can upload a PDF, a video, put your title on it. You can make it a preview. You can do discussion area. This is also nice. You can make the video, if you upload the video, you can make it downloadable, or you can make it so they can't download it. I don't allow my students to download my videos. It's kind of more of a to protect as copyright. They can download my PDFs, they can download my handouts, but they can't download the actual video. But there's a little feature here. You can click on it and you can say, hey guys, you can watch the video, but you can't download it. Or if you want them to download it, you can allow it. So what I would recommend is, if you're thinking about doing something like this, is to do a free trial. Thinkific, sign up for the free account. This is all free. Everything I showed you in Thinkific is all free. You can play around with it for free. Kajabi is running a free trial. If you're interested in purchasing Kajabi, let me know. I do have an affiliate link. If you purchase it through me, I give a free coaching session to support you. But if you do have to give them the credit card, but it's like right now they're doing a special. I think it's a 45-day free. But I definitely do the free trial. And I would definitely watch some of the video tutorials. And then don't try to start right away in building a course. Play with it, go in, click around, test it, see what happens. You're not going to break it. And create a course that's just a test course, and just spend time just playing in it and clicking around and exploring the navigation. And that's how you start learning it. And that's what I do when I learn a new program. I log in, I follow the navigation, I just click around, I just start clicking. I'm like, what's this? What's this? And I do that before I build anything. So if I mess something up, it doesn't matter. And don't start to just immediately build stuff. Have a test course. Go in and create it and build a course and just upload anything and just play around and learn that way. If you're wanting more support, I do have an online canine business mastermind program. We offer various levels of support, from group coaching, online trainings, to one-on-one coaching and support. And if you go to northeastcaninemmastermind.com, it's Northeast Canine, the letter K, the number 9, northeastcaninemmastermind.com. You'll see information about our program. I'm getting ready to do enrollment. It has an application right now, but if you fill out the application, or just message me if you're interested. But we have a lot of different ways to support you if you're interested. And the online course that I showed you, the Kajabi course that I created, that's not available yet. I'm getting ready to make it available. But if you're interested, that one, I think it's only going to be like $67. Just give a shout out and say, interested in courses, and let me know, message me, and I'll reach out to you, and I'll make sure that you have that information when it's going live. So I hope this was helpful. We went over a lot of content today. Definitely hop on over. We also have a free Facebook group, our Canine Business Secrets for Online Success. And I am going to be doing, this is our second episode, we're going to be doing monthly tech tutorials once a month, every month, the second Friday of the month. Next month, I think what we're going to do is, we talked about doing a lot of online content, moving online content into these platforms. What I'm going to talk about next time is some technologies you can use to actually create that online content, to create your digital workbooks, to create your ebooks, your handouts, your worksheets, your digital resources. And I'm going to go over different types of programs, free programs you can use, and where to get free photos and free graphics and things like that to create online content that you can put and populate into these online courses. So awesome. All right, you guys, thank you so much. You're very, very welcome. And like I said, if you want information, if you want the notes, let me know. And if you're interested in the mastermind and getting some more online support, go to northeastcaninemmastermind.com. Again, it's the letter K, the number 9, northeastcaninemmastermind.com. And also feel free to reach out to me, message me on Facebook, email, if you want more information on how to get support, training, one-on-one coaching. And I am happy to help you with this. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much again. Every Friday I'm here on my Northeast Canine Conditioning Facebook business page talking about either canine fitness or business topics. I have dedicated one Friday a month to technology tutorials, the second Friday of the month. This is our second episode, so hopefully you'll join us next month. And again, thank you for joining, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye-bye for now.